Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
This is Herflow from Hot 702.5 FM. Las Vegas, looking for a winner-takes-all way to burn off that extra energy? Welcome to Bouncy World, the ultimate climate-controlled indoor playground. We're stacking the deck with specials all week long. Cool off with Frosty Tuesdays featuring ice-cold treats for the kids. Then join us for free popcorn Thursdays, because nothing beats a salty snack after a giant bounce. And at Bouncy World, we believe every child deserves their moment to soar. Join us every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. for Sensory Sundays. We dim the lights and turn off the music to create a calm, inclusive space designed specifically for our neurodiverse community. At Bouncy World, we fly high. From high-flying fun to inclusive play, we've got it all. Visit us at bouncyworldlv.com to book your party or check our open play hours. Bouncy World, jump into the fun today.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
No limit to the limit. Welcome to Marriage Bootcamp. No limit to the limit with Robert and Vicky Bell. I thought I told you. No limit to the limit, for better or for worse. No limit to the limit, for richer or poor. No limit to the limit in sickness and health. I thought I told you to love and cherish until death do you part. 1 + 1 =
1.
2 is bigger, but it's
Still 1.
1 1,000, but 2
10,000.
Team Bell, Rob and Vicky Bell, Hot 702.5.
We out. Welcome to Marriage Bootcamp with Vicky and Robert Bell on Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Hey. Welcome to Marriage Bootcamp / Marriage Warfare. I'm your co-host, Vicky Bell here. We're here to have real, honest, and unfiltered conversations around marriage, the struggles, the victories, and everything in between. This platform is for the disciplined, the dedicated, and the wedded warriors. And I'm so excited to say this. Let me introduce my co-host of 29 years. I'm going to just say 29 years because our 29th wedding anniversary is next Saturday. So I'm going to say my co-host of 29 years.
29 years.
The commitment colonel.
The commitment colonel.
Leading the charge and lasting love.
Leading the charge and lasting love. Thank you for that title, Lady Bell.
Robert Bell.
I hope I earned it. I hope you speaking from the heart. I don't know, Marriage Bootcamp with the Bells here at Hot 702.5 Risky Radio, coming to you live from Las Vegas. Lady Bell, I didn't give you no notes this morning. I let you briefly look over my notes, but you know, then on the way over here, I wrote down some other stuff, what I might talk about today. And I said, is this going to be some gumbo? Is this going to be some Bell gumbo? Because, you know.
But, you know, gumbo is good.
Yeah, but they throw all kind of stuff in gumbo.
And it always tastes good.
I don't know what I'm going to throw in today. Is this going to be everything, even the kitchen sink this morning? I don't know, Lady Bell, because you just said 29 years, and I'm feeling a little bit emotional this morning. Is this going to be some
gumbo?
Chef Rob Cobb salad. Remember, we used to go to Cheesecake Factory, and we will order our own Cobb salad.
Yeah.
We don't want that on it. Put some of this on it. Mm-hmm. Well, that don't come on it. I want some of that on it. Mm-hmm. And I don't want none of that on it. I want some of this on it. Well, that ain't a Cobb salad. What they start calling it? The Bell salad.
Yeah.
Hey, we had our own salad at the Cheesecake Factory up there in Cleveland, Ohio. So this might be Chef Rob Cobb salad this morning. Or it might be a Bell buffet. Just don't. It's a gumbo. It's a kitchen sink. It's a Cobb salad. It's the Bell buffet. Just don't let me throw up.
Okay.
Just don't let me throw up, Lady Bell. Because I'm feeling a little emotion this morning. February 21st, 2026. 1 week away from 29 years. Who would have thunk it?
I know, right?
Who would have thunk it?
But you know, it went by so fast. I was like, I blinked.
So 29 years?
Yeah. I blinked and it was 20. I blinked, it was 10. I blinked, it was 20. And here we can read it.
On the phone with the young man the other day, and he brought up a conversation about, he was like, remember that conversation you were telling me about? I don't want to say no names. Remember that conversation? He asked me, remember, you know who I was talking to the other day? I was talking to D.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So, but he asked me, he said, remember that conversation you were telling me about what you and me and somebody else had? He asked me, but he asked me, he was like, he known me since, I don't know D, one of the first dudes I met when I got here. And he brought up the conversation that I'm going to say me and Lionel had.
Okay.
And the conversation stemmed from Lionel saying that somebody is like, we get this all the time, Lady Bell, 29 years. And the conversation that Lionel had was almost like deja vu. Mm-hmm. And when I remind you the conversation, what me and Dee was talking, he's like, remember when you was telling me that conversation that you and Lionel had, that somebody else came up to Lionel and said, what can you tell me about Rob? Mm-hmm. I see Rob, I hear Rob, but, people always, they not looking for good.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Rob? Lionel said, I can tell you 2 things about Rob.
I can imagine.
You remember what Lionel told me?
I don't remember, but I can imagine he probably said that you love your wife.
Lionel said,
love Miss Vicky.
Miss Vicky, he said, I'll tell you 2 things about Rob. In no particular order. Mm-hmm. Rob is a man of his word.
Yeah.
And don't mess with Miss Vicky. Let me take you back to 1998, 1999. Civic Center. New Spirit Revival Center. Ooh. Man, we started going to that place, and we got called in the ministry.
Yes, I do.
And remember, we was hanging out with this one couple week after week. Every Sunday, we'd go to dinner with them. Mm-hmm. And then you remember we called the what was her position?
She was an elder.
Remember when the elder she wanted to go to? Mm-hmm. She wanted to go to dinner with us too, or go to after church.
Yes, I did.
And then we all went to dinner or whatever we did after church. And then we went our separate ways. And then remember later on that evening, they called us and said, you know what the first thing the minister said? Because she wrote with them. Mm-hmm. Remember what the first thing the minister said about, she said, y'all want to know the first thing the minister asked us the elder asked us when she got in the car. So what's really up with Rob and Vicky? Mm-hmm. And what did they tell them then, 27 years ago? What you see
is what you get.
What you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. What you see, here we are, 28 years later, 27 years later. Who is this Rob and Vicky? No matter what, always check somebody's resume. Don't only check I said check the resume. After you read the resume, Lady Bell, you have to check the resume. These jobs now, you with AI and all that stuff. What's the other thing? Chat GPT.
Chat GPT AI.
You can create anything. Mm-hmm. And you can go into these jobs and they'll read your whole resume. And people will be impressed with your resume. You know how people done been on jobs and then after years, they'll be like, they lied on their resume.
Yep.
Or they find out you lied on their resume. Because you know how they find out you lied on your resume? Because they'll say, well, in your resume, you said you knew how to do this. Mm-hmm. You said you studied this. Mm-hmm. You said you knew this
right.
Now, back in the early when computers started coming out, you have to do you know program this? Are you familiar with Microsoft 5? Or what's some of the programs that were in the early stages of computer? Mm-hmm. Do you know this program? Do you know that program?
Excel.
Do you know how to work a 10 key thing and all of that. Do you know shorthand? Do you know this? How many words can you type a minute? Well, you said you could type 60 words a minute, and you type in with 2 fingers. You can write 60. You can type 60 words a minute with 2 fingers. No matter what, Lady Bell, always read the resume
and verify the resume
and verify the resume, Lady Bell. Then it was, you know what? So me and Dee was having this conversation, and it triggered back. And we had this conversation, Kiki and High and all that, and then it reminded me of another conversation. The same conversation. You know the dude I'm talking about. Every time we went to Cleveland, me and you, him, Sandra, Lisa, we would all hang out. And he will always bring up when me and him was single. You know that dude I'm talking about?
Yes.
He would always bring about when me and him was single. Recall and review, Lady Bell. He got married 6 months before we got married.
Right.
And then when we was going back and forth to Cleveland, him and his wife had been separated for some time. And then remember that one day we sat there and I told him, this is the very last time that you're going to sit here in the presence of me, my wife, and my sisters and bring up when we were single. And then he will always say, man, Rob, where do you think you would be at if you were still single? Lady Bell, what I tell you all the time, I thank you. Like say, these 29 years have gone by so quickly, Lady Bell.
Yeah.
Be it good days, bad days. And I want to say, me personally, the good days, the good times, the good months, and the good years have more than outweighed the bad days, the bad month, the bad situations. It been more sunny days than rainy days.
Absolutely.
It been more puffy white clouds than rainstorms.
Yes, it has.
Earlier this year, we came in talking about love is in the air. January 23rd, January 3rd, January 23rd, February 14th. February 28th, which is a week from today. So will February 29th be, okay, February 29th would be, January 29th be 29 years completed. And so March 1st be going into the 30th year.
Right.
So March 1st be going into the
30th year.
29 years in one day. So it'll be 29 days. It'll be 29 years
in one day.
Next February.
Yeah. It'll be 30 years next February.
I'm sorry, it'll be 29 years next week. I meant to say next week. And he'll say, what do you think you be doing? Like I said, we had dated, we didn't talk for a year, 6 months, year and 8 months. And that year, and he said, what would you be doing if you were still single? Lady Bell, the year and a half when I was single, doing my thing, having a good time, enjoying life. I don't miss those days. I don't reminisce about those days. I'm going to need you to be truthful about 2 things, if you can remember. January 3rd, 1997, you called me.
Yes.
I'm going to need you to be truthful about 3 things. Why after a year and 7-8 months, why did you call me?
Oh, man.
After a year and almost 7, listen, y'all, we didn't speak for a year and 7 to 8 months. We went our separate ways. We had dated on and off a couple years. Some things went left. We went our separate ways. And we literally did not talk for a year and 7 to 8 months. I had made up my mind that, if I didn't hear from her, I don't think I ever told you this, but I saw you out one night at We was at the Coop. And I saw you out one night, and I was like, I want to come over and say something so bad. And I was like, no, I ain't gonna say nothing because my feelings gonna get all emotional. And you was with man, what's that girl's name? I can't remember her name. I can't remember who you was. I said no. And so, but the fast forward, but you called me January 3rd after a year and 8 months. Why?
Because I missed you.
You missed me. You missed my loudness.
I missed you.
You missed my craziness.
I missed you.
You missed my personality.
Yes.
You missed us.
I missed us.
So you missed me. The third question. Oh.
And it wasn't fun out here.
And I'm going to say this. How can I say this? I'm going to clean up a little bit. But you said to me, "Ain't you tired of being robbed?" In so many words. You remember what you said to me? Ain't you tired of?
No, but I know you remember.
You said to me, "Ain't you tired of being robbed?"
Ain't you tired of being robbed?
But you didn't say robbed.
I don't.
Basically, you said, "Ain't you tired of these streets?" I said, "Yeah, I'm tired of these streets." Mm-hmm. And then you said, "What you been waiting?" I said, "Girl, I've been waiting on this call."
I remember that.
So fast forward from January 3rd to February 28th. How many days? Give me an actual many days that was from January 3rd to February 28th that we was married. How many days? After not talking for a year and 8 months, you called me January 3rd, 1997, and February 28th, we was married. After we sat down, we went over all our notes. We went over where we missed it at. We went over what we gonna do right. We went over we want to be together. We went over all our notes. We had a schedule to go meet with a counselor for 8 sessions. We seen her for 1 session, and here we are 29 years later. Remember, because I said, is we gonna get married or we gonna go our separate ways? We said we was gonna go to counseling. Go ahead, Lady Bell. How many?
56 days.
So from January 3rd to February 28th was 56 days.
56 days.
So 56 days later, we was married.
56 days.
And here it is, 29 years later. 29 years later. Wow. We had accomplished so much.
Oh my gosh.
Like I was going back to what Dee was saying, and it triggered that conversation about me and that dude about what do you think you would be if you wasn't married? I don't, I have no idea. I know I wouldn't be here. I mean, when I say here, I probably wouldn't be married. I be honest with you, Vicky, I don't even think I would be alive.
Don't say that.
No, I mean, I don't mean in a bad way. Mm-hmm. And when I say I was reckless, I mean reckless as in, how can I say it? I have to think about how can I say reckless, because when I say reckless, I don't mean foolish. I don't mean reckless in a foolish way. I was just doing Rob. Mm-hmm. I was just doing Rob, and basically that call, I don't have. Other than when I say I don't think we was having this conversation today about the first 1999, we went on that. I'm reminiscing, Lady Bell, recall and review. Mm-hmm. I'm reminiscing. We went on that TD Jakes marriage cruise. Yeah. Was that 1999? I think that was 99. That was either 99 or 2000.
Yeah, we hadn't been married that long.
We went on that TD Jakes marriage cruise, and we was talking this morning about all the different speakers. Mm-hmm. Where would I be today? We talking about the different, we talking about TD Jakes and Sarita Jakes. Mm-hmm. They were the headliners. Mm-hmm. They're still married. Les Brown was married to Gladys Knight at the time. Mm-hmm. They're no longer married. Mm-hmm. Ben Tankard He's not currently married to he's no longer married. Apostle Lewis Greenup Jr., my main mentor, you know, he went on to glory last year at 65, 66, young man. Bishop Eddie Long and his wife. He wasn't that long afterwards that he was deceased, and all the stuff that went on with that.
Oh my goodness!
And the thing is, where we at 29 years later? You know, that conversation I had with the dude on the ship about us being the same age and us being retired, and I asked him, do he do a lot of reflecting? You know, I think that, you know, I noticed after my father got older. Now, my father been in my life all my life. Only time the man showed me any emotions was when I June 6, 1983, when I was leaving for the Navy. He hugged me, kissed me, and said, "You're a man now."
Thank you for your service.
And shook my hand. But then as he got older, you know, and not only did I notice this in him, as he got older, and I know I would tell you all the time, every time he greeted me, he always greeted me with a kiss. Or, you know, Melvin, as Melvin got older, every time he greeted me with a kiss. A couple of other older gentlemen in my life, you know, Sunday when we were sitting there, when the OG walked in, he kissed us, you know, and, you know, I think as men start getting older and start reflecting on life and understanding my time is limited here, 62 years old, they say 70. That's you. So the life has promised us at least 70 years. Anything more than 70, I'm just going to assume it's a bonus. So at 62, I'm thinking, okay, God, if you bless me with another 18 years, and we talking about how quick these 29s don't win, how quick are these 18 gonna go?
Right.
No, I have no idea where I would have been at. I know definitely I probably wouldn't have been married. If I would have been married, I probably would have been married 4 or 5 times, because, you know, all that year and a half, I didn't like nobody. I didn't like nobody. You know, it was you know, I'm single, I'm Rob, I ain't trying to date. You want to go out, you want to have a bite to eat, this and that, and then we can do us, and we can do each other. And that was it. I wasn't trying to like nobody. I wasn't trying to be with nobody. You know, so I pay, and I definitely wouldn't have had no patience for nobody else. I definitely wouldn't have had the love for nobody else. And you know, a recall and review from when we were talking with the couples on the ship about how we met. You know, and I said, hey, you know, people assume because I met you at your job that you worked at the bank. Oh, she must have married him because he had money. No, I saw the girl in the parking lot. She was walking across the parking lot. June of 1992. She was walking across the Key Bank parking lot, the corner of Euclid and Green Road, the Green Light Shopping Center, the Key Bank next to the Aldi's grocery store.
Rob didn't bank at Key Bank.
And I didn't bank at Key Bank. And I'm looking down. And when I always say, hey, husband, you are the head of the house. You are the head of your spouse, not the pastor, not the bishop, not the apostle. When God is talking to you, what have God said to you? Not what God has said to the pastor, then what God has said to you, what the pastor told you God said. No. Rule number 1, husband, father, man of the house, what have God said to you? 62 years old. Audibly, God is probably, where I definitely heard a voice, probably 3-4 times at the most. One time definitely, Key Bank parking lot, June 1992, with my head down, waiting, sitting in the car, waiting, Vicky's co-workers in the car with me, dropping her off at work, waiting for the bank to open up. I'm looking down. I'm not looking at TikTok. I'm not looking at Facebook. I'm not on Safe Space. It wasn't no cell phone back then. I was just looking down and a voice told me, look up, there goes your wife. Now let me make this plain and clear. When the voice told me to look down, to look up, there goes your wife, Vicky co-worker was sitting right next to me. Very, very attractive young lady. But I didn't look to her. I looked directly out in front of my windshield, and there she was walking right across the front of my windshield of my 1996 Burgundy Oldsmobile 98.
Oldsmobile 98.
My Oldsmobile 98. There she was walking right across in my path. And I said, are you going to give that pretty thing to me? And the voice said yes. Did he have to take me on my road to Damascus and hit me across my head to make me realize that? So the final messenger was my daddy. Like I said, after we broke up a year and a half, I'm doing me and my, this female, that female, and every time my daddy see me with a female, he would laugh at me and call me what would he call me, Vicky? A damn
fool.
You damn fool. But Dad, look at her. You see how bad she is, see how fine she is? I don't care. You still a damn fool. Why am I a damn fool? You let that good girl. Now you got to know my daddy. Everything was good. Everything was good to him. But he said, you let that good girl get away.
Yeah, your dad, he was special.
He was special, and he loved him. He loved him some Vicky.
Me.
Vicky could do no wrong in his eye. But I remember one day we went somewhere, and he just started laughing, and he was like, "Boy, you better get that good girl back." I said, "I don't think there's no chance of that, Pop. I don't think there's no chance of that." Well, you a damn fool if you don't. And lo and behold, a couple months later, she called. Hey, so he gonna send another messenger. But you want to jump in, Lady Bell, or you just listen to me
I'm reminiscing with you. I was there.
Oh, you know what, Lady Bell? Can I go off kilter a little bit?
Sure.
Because
Lord.
Let me jump. This is what I wanted to start to before I started reminiscing. My allergies don't kick in. It's this big thing about after the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl, after the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl, I think the owner during the Super Bowl parade, he was throwing out little white figurines of Jesus. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is the new fascination now. If you go on cruises, on cruises, it's the thing where they give out little ducks. They hide ducks all over the ship, and all different sizes of ducks, all different kinds of ducks, and
on traditional cruises.
On traditional cruises, they hide these ducks. So over the years, it became, me and Lady Bell been cruising since 1992. So over the years, now this thing, it took off. It's a big fascination of finding ducks. So on our cruise before last, one day I was bored, so me and Lady Bell went duck hunting.
We went duck hunting.
So lo and behold, we just realized, 3 cruises ago, we just realized not only we didn't find any, we was finding ducks, then Lady Bell found
Jesus.
Lady Bell found Jesus. One of these little figurines. She found one of these little figurines, but it was a white one. It
was a white Jesus.
It was a white one. So we noticed all around the ship, they were finding, Jesus. And then I think it was, this dude must have put out a lot of them because everybody like, I found Jesus. I found Jesus. I found Jesus.
Hallelujah.
So that cruise. So the next cruise we go on, they're giving out, they're finding ducks. They're finding little white Jesus, but it was a guy on the ship hiding little
Black Jesus.
Hiding little black Jesus. And lo and behold, if you couldn't find anything else, you will always find little black Jesus. Why? Because the people were not taking the little black Jesus. They were not taking them. So I made it my mission to give out little black Jesus. And as of today, Lady Bell, I have given out over 1,500 little black Jesus. And as we're going to be dancing all around the world, as we're going to be traveling all around the world, I have just ordered another 1,000 little black Jesus. Now, we was just in the Dominican Republic.
The DR.
And we went to this little coffee shop.
I think I took a picture of it.
Yeah, you took a picture of it. And they had a little tip jar up there. Mm-hmm. And on the tip jar, they had 3 little white Jesus. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, I had to add little black Jesus. But not only do I have a little black Jesus, I also have a little, I don't know if I should call him, because he's a little, because they made little black Jesus, they made him very blackish. And so for some of my light-skinned Americans, some of my light-skinned Americans, I also got a fair-skinned, a mulatto-looking Jesus. But I don't know, since we got little black Jesus, I don't know if I'm going to call him a little light-skinned Jesus, a little mulatto Jesus, or a little Jesus. But I said maybe he could be a Jesus Jesus. Jesus Jesus. You know, how do you spell Jesus? Jesus? Mm-hmm. So I like Jesus Jesus. So he can be a Jesus Jesus. He could be a Latino, Hispanic, Dominican Jesus. He can be a light-skinned, fair-skinned, Indian. Because most of the world is in between these two complexions.
But for me, watching you give out little black Jesus, the excitement that our people get when you hand them a little black Jesus. And I just want to go back to the scripture, Revelation 1:14-50, the NIV version. The hair on his head was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. His feet were like bronze. That sounds like a black man.
Sound like Jesus Jesus to me.
Not necessarily, because your hair
wool. But his skin was like bronze.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because when they get a tan, they don't say brown. And we don't been on vacation, and we don't see some pale white folks get darker than you, mm-hmm. and they won't say they brown. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm tan."
And
no, you dark.
This is the last part of that scripture. And his voice was like sound of rushing waters. Now, me and you, we travel.
Sound like Barry White to me. Go ahead.
Right, a deep voice, a black man voice. A black man voice is different from a white man voice.
You know the difference.
So
as soon as you get them on the phone.
Oh, you do. Yeah. You really do.
Was that Charles was Charles? Or was it Chuck? That was Chuck.
I'm just saying.
But so over 1,500 of these things I have given out. I just ordered some more as we're gonna be dancing around the world, traveling around the world. I'm gonna be giving these out, coming to a town, coming to a city, coming to a country, coming to an island near you. Me and little black Jesus, me and Latino Jesus, me and I like Jesus. And but then again, disclaimer. We got to give a disclaimer, Lady Bell, because of the last incident we had with little black Jesus.
Lord,
the last 2 incidents. We got to get out more. So me and Lady Bell was out dancing here in Las Vegas. We out dancing. And it was a 70-year-old person giving a birthday party. So the crowd was like 60 and over. Mm-hmm. So we ran into some friends there. So they invited us to sit down with them at the birthday lady's table. So it's me and Lady Bell, my buddy and his wife, the birthday lady, and a couple of friends of hers. Now sitting behind us, it was two other ladies. So I was like, happy birthday, and I'm giving everybody a little black Jesus. And they're all excited about the little black Jesus. Now, lo and behold, the two ladies behind us were ear hustling. So the one lady jumps up and said, I want one.
True story.
Only, I wouldn't say only in Vegas, but it happened again. So, and I'm going to get back to it.
No, but you got to tell the story.
So the lady jumped up and said, I want one. So I hand it to her. She takes it and she bites it. And she said, what is this? I said, little black Jesus. Now this lady was well over 60. She said, I thought it was
a gummy.
A gummy. Only in Vegas. No, but it happened again. So I said, no, it's not a gummy. It's little black Jesus. So she said, so her friend jumps up. I want one. I said, it's little black Jesus. I don't want you bite it. Little black Jesus. So she said, oh, little black Jesus. Oh, I need little black Jesus. Are you a reverend? No, I'm not a reverend. Are you a preacher? No, I'm not a preacher. I am a bishop.
This is what Robert told her. Robert told her he was Bishop Bell.
No, so she sat down. Excuse me, Bishop, what's your name? I'm Bishop Bell. Okay, Bishop Bell. Then she turned around and said, Bishop Bell, where is your church? Only in Vegas, Lady Bell. I go to Bedside Baptist. Where is that? Only in Vegas, but it happened again. So then she turned around and said, well, if you're a real bishop, what book did you write?
True story.
True story. I'm like, wow. After that, I needed a gummy.
We don't do gummies.
We don't do gummy. Hey, so
we don't do drugs.
I start to say my book is don't take gummies from strangers.
Dummy.
Dummy. Remember I used to read those books?
Yeah.
Laws for Dummy, This for Dummy. You know, if you don't understand something before YouTube and all that, they used to have books for dummies.
Yep.
You know, I won 2 lawsuits with a book called Laws for Dummy. I read it. Hey, I set up the lawyer gonna call me. Who you think you are, Johnny Cochran? No, but I know the law. All because I read a book called A Law for Dummy. So now here we are in the Bahamas, and I'm handing out little black Jesus again.
True story.
And lo and behold, another lady says, are those gummies? No. So then we had karaoke one night, and I'm handing out little black Jesus. So the girl is singing. And I had, that went left real quick, didn't it? And I hand her a gummy. And she looks at it.
You didn't hand her a gummy. You handed her little black Jesus. I handed her little black
Jesus. Correction. I handed her little black Jesus. She walks away. She looks at it. What you trying to do, molly me? You trying to molly me? And I'm like, oh, my God, she thinks.
Little black Jesus was a molly.
And she came back over there and threw it at me.
Mm-hmm. I would tell who she was, but I don't want to put her out there like that.
And it ain't went viral yet, so I'm hoping it don't.
That's because nobody was really recording.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody was.
And I think because it happened so quick, she was like, you trying to molly me? And I think after she looked at it, she must have thought it was a gummy. And so after it sounds like, and so we talking with the people, and they're like, well, Rob, there's like, that's the scene now. The scene is everybody taking gummies. Everybody's taking Molly. Everywhere you go, they doing that stuff. So you just being innocent, but, you know, maybe we got to hang out in the streets more.
No.
But yeah, she threw it at me. She threw little black Jesus back at me.
But it did make me aware.
And he landed right there. He landed right on my head.
He did. But it did make us aware.
He just floated right above me and said, I got you now. That was a joke. Yeah, that's a joke. But so Little Black Jesus, hey, me and Little Black Jesus don't been through some things this last month.
Yeah.
So now
But you keep passing out Little Black Jesus.
Passing out Little Black.
I stand with you.
And the disclaimer is, like I tell people when I hand it to them, I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to be religious. I'm not trying to be holy. I'm not trying to introduce you to Little Black Jesus, Little White Jesus, a Little Jesus Jesus. I'm just trying to renew our mind, because first thing black folks to say is, when I see Jesus, all I see is red. All I see is blood. White folks don't see that. That's the Seattle Seahawks on it throughout all them Jesus, and they were all white. And if you seen Little White Jesus, he's lily white. He didn't throw out no Jesus Jesus. He didn't throw out no light-skinned Jesus. He didn't throw out no mulatto Jesus. He didn't throw out any black Jesus. They were all white Jesus, national Christians. Let me stick to the notes here, Lady Bell. We're running out of time. 29 years, Lady Bell. I just want to thank you. A dude was saying, why you love her so much? What did she do?
Yeah.
You know, I posted something this morning about just you being different. I posted that like some years ago. 9 years ago, I made a post when we were celebrating our 20th anniversary. I made a post. The post was if I can find it. The post was another level 20 years ago. Now I made this for February 21st, 2017, because we was going on our 20th anniversary, celebrating her. Another level. Your love, another level. Your heart, another level. Your smile, another level. Why did I say another level? Because remember when we started going to church, and every church back then, we on another level.
Yep.
And I looked around and said, everybody's on the same level.
Yep.
They're not doing anything. Every black preacher coming up in Cleveland. God has given me the city.
Yep.
God has given us the city. And all I seen all them Negroes do, move straight out of the ghetto to the suburbs.
That was it.
Run to the ghetto every weekend, take those black folks' money and run back out to the suburbs. And talking about wait on God. No, y'all ain't another level. I ain't gonna say no name. You doing the same thing all the rest of them did. Well, Rob, did you go to this church? No, because he doing the same thing the dude in the pulpit over there doing. What good is shouting? What good? We talked about fruits. Fruits is another level. Your love was another level.
Oh, thank you.
Your smile is another level. How did you get there? December, we run out of time. A few quick story. December 7th. How did I know your love was another level? February 28th, we got married. December 20th, we bought the house, moved to South Euclid. February 98, we needed a bigger car, so you won the Caravan. I'm not being seeing no Caravan. I'm getting this $40,000 expedition.
That was a lot of money back then.
I'm getting this expedition. Eddie Bauer. Tan interior. February, March of 98. May of 98, I get laid off our job after 15 years. I'm like, man, okay, we just been married. I was hell bent about getting this expedition, and now I done lost my job, and I got to go home and tell this woman. What is she gonna say? She said, "Don't worry about it. We gonna be all right." Mm-hmm. Remember saying that?
Yep.
And you like, what you all worked up about? Girl, I just lost my job. Then another level. I think I was paying. Was I paying $600 a month in child support?
I don't remember.
I want to say it was about $600 a month. Now, when you're paying $600 a month in child support, they was taking out $300 every 2 weeks. I got paid every 2 weeks. When you go on unemployment, if they my unemployment, I think my unemployment was only $400 every.
It was enough to cover the child support.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't?
No, it wasn't. No, it was enough. But what it was probably enough to cover the child support. But there's only, so let's just say my unemployment was $300 every 2 weeks, whatever it was. I don't know. They will only take $150 out for child support. I remember like it was yesterday. They would take, and I remember talking to the unemployment. Hold on, wait a minute. Well, we don't care. You still obligated to your child support. But what you would do, you would still send her a check. You still send her a check. After I said no, I'm like, no, don't. You would still send her a check. Rob, I don't want you to get behind.
Nope.
That's another level.
I didn't look at it like that.
No, I know it's another level. When I talk about that year and 8 months I was single, I went on a date with this girl. She was a school principal. We went to the circus. Me, little Rob, baby sister. She had 2 daughters. So after the circus was over, baby sister said,
No telling what baby sister said.
Is y'all coming over our house? And she said, no. Baby sister said, good. You know what this grown woman said, school principal? Well, you ain't going to your daddy's house either. He taking y'all back home to your mama. And she said, I'm going with my daddy. No, and I'm like, you're arguing with a 4-year-old? You're a school principal, and you're arguing with a 4-year-old. See, I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that makes you another level.
But anyway, I just thought it was important that you stay on top of that.
And so, not only stay on top of that, another level. I know we're running short on time. I want to get this story out. I got custody of my kids. After a year of, going to court, to sit up there. Don't let lawyers play, y'all. It's a heart move. It's a money game for them. This lawyer told me it's going to be, you're looking at $3,000 to $3,500. It ended up costing us like $15,000. By the time
this was years ago.
By the time we went through that custody battle, and then remember I said how when I was on unemployment and she was still sending her the difference in the payment. And so when I won custody and they went over everything and my child support showed I was some $2,800 short, but she was sending her the money and we had the checks, the judge looked at me and said, that was just a gift. Mm-hmm. The judge looked at me and that was just a gift. Mm-hmm. And even though it was paid, she still said it was short. I'm talking about
the judge.
No, yeah, the judge said it was short, and my kid's mother wanted that $2,800, even though she knew I wasn't short. Mm-hmm. So then, in part of the custody agreement is, they awarded me child support, but it had to be delayed for a year. Now I had just started my business, so fast forward to 10 months. Before I could collect my child support, I'm rumbling through the file cabinet. What you looking for, Rob? What you looking for? Oh, I can get my child support in 2 months. I'm trying to find them papers. I'm going down there and file so I can get my child support. She said, sit down. Because literally my business had tripled. She said, sit down. You remember what you told me?
Yeah.
She said, look how God has blessed you. Leave that woman alone. We don't need that money. You don't need that money. I don't care. I'm going to get it and give it to the kids. You said, Rob, leave that woman alone. Who knows how many headaches that saved, how many arguments that saved, how much frustration that saved. Yeah, you another level.
Well, thank you.
Let me finish what I wrote before we run out of time. These allergies been bad today.
Yeah, I see.
Your heart is another level. Your smile is another level. Your beauty is another level. 29 years, girl, you look younger today. No. 29 years. Your virtue. Proverbs 12:4. A virtuous woman is a crown upon her husband's head. A virtuous woman. Not a degreed woman. Not a boss. Not a I made 6 figures. Not a I'm a vice president. Not a I got 4 master's degrees. Not a I got a PhD. But a virtuous woman is a crown upon her husband's head. Your kindness is another level. Your peace is another level. Your joy is another level. The true meaning of a virtuous woman, when she stands alone because she is on a whole nother level. I know your story. You know, you have never let anything hinder you. You always smiling. You always fighting, you know. And I just appreciate these 29 years.
I do too. Thank you.
I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you live on live radio, Hot 702.5, Risky Radio. I don't risk it all and laid it out to you. Thank you for 29 years. May we continue this love. May we continue this battle. May we continue this fight. And may the crown of glory continue to be on your head. And I thank you for your love. Hey, Team Bell, you know who I am. You know who I'm at. Another level. 1 + 1 will always be
1.
2 is bigger, but it's still
1.
1 1,000.
But 2 is 10,000.
Team Bell, you know who I am.
And you know who he with. Everybody have a wonderful week. Welcome to Marriage Bootcamp with Vicky and Robert Bell on Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio.